In the spirit of reconciliation, I acknowledge the traditional custodians of country throughout Australia and their connections to land, sea and community. I pay my respects to their elders past and present and extend that respect to all Aboriginal and Torres Strait Island peoples today. Welcome to Totally Lit, the podcast celebrating reading, writing and creating literature. I'm your host, Ky Garvey. Thank you for listening. Angie Cui, welcome to Totally Lit.
Thanks for having me.
Your 2025 seems to be your picture book year.
I'm a bit overwhelmed, to be honest. 2 books in a row, so lots of things happening.
So very shortly, you've got Our Map coming out with Wombat Books. Would you like to share a bit about that book?
Yeah, sure. So our map basically is talk about 2 young children, JJ and Lee. Now they discover a missing country on the map. This realization makes them understand that not all places are shown on the traditional maps. So they decide to create something new, maybe their own new map, and no one can take that away ever.
Is that story inspired by your own experiences?
So this story is largely inspired by some casual conversations I had with the children from my kids' primary school.
Mhm.
And I noticed the challenge they're facing. Most of them, they don't even know where the parents come from, or even they don't really know where their grandparents come from. It's a bit sad. Yeah, and also I was reading Daniel Pink's book, The Year the Map Changed.
Mhm.
And there's one line in the book, the teacher tells the students, our maps don't always tell the truth, map lies. So that kind of idea kind of like stuck in my head. So I decided to write it down as a short story. So I spent lots of time on that story, did some research about missing country from the map. So I watched some documentary as well and had some discussion with the school kids as well as their teachers. Yeah, there's lots of things. The map doesn't, really show us what's going on in the world. And if you look at the map, 2025 version, it looks so different from the one we had when we were child.
Yes.
Yeah. So many continents changed and so many countries actually merged or disappeared or somewhere else.
Mm.
Yeah. Just showing different colors, different pieces. It's quite fascinating when you look at these maps. I was like, oh my God, so many things changed. We probably don't even notice about that. Yeah.
And with this book, how long ago did you write Our Map?
I think I wrote this one maybe 4 or 5 years ago. It
And
was before my first book. Our map basically was my first or second story. So I wrote so many versions, no draft versions. So 2 main versions I had, one with country name, with a country name, and the other version is without the country name.
Yeah.
So each version I had maybe more than 20 drafts, each version.
20.
Yeah, for each version, just to,
That's a lot of drafts. That's
So-
commitment, Angie. I'm impressed.
Yeah, so I did lots of research, as I said. It's just so many countries you can find for the last 50 years. It's so many countries missing from the map.
Mm.
And some of the countries I have never heard about it.
How did you go through the process of getting published?
With our map, because I wrote it was so long ago, I did try to go to different conferences and try to gauge out through assessment for like a couple of years and different publishers.
Mhm.
Seriously, if you see different publishers, different editors, all of them have different opinions. And I ended up like, oh my God, so many feedback. And I just got confused. What am I going to do? So I think I met Rochelle at a CYA conference maybe 2
Did you
years ago.
come up, or was that an
Online.
online
Was an
assessment?
online assessment.
Mm.
Yeah. I also met other publishers, not on the same day, but at the same year, 2023, 2 years ago. There were lots of, again, she showed her interest. I feel like she's more connected to the story and she understands why I wrote the story and why I wrote 2 different versions. I actually told her the version I gave to her is it was without the country name. She's like, oh, it's quite interesting. in the whole assessment, you probably submit 2 stories, but we
Mm.
will just talk about our maps the whole time. And I knew she was into it, and I knew she loved it. Then she sort of, offered me a contract at the conference also.
Amazing. That's so
It was
exciting.
amazing. Yeah, and our lab actually got lots of interest in 2023 of that year in the conference. There were other publishers were requesting to see the full manuscript, revised version, updated version after feedback someday. But I feel Rochelle is more connected to the story, and I feel she understands a bit more.
I think
So
that's so
yeah,
important when you're working together with the publisher. You want them to understand you and the story, because it is, when you're writing, it's so close to your heart. You really want to have someone that cares about your work and can see your vision.
yeah. So I got some feedback through CYA, and also before that, few months before, I went to Kid Litvic as well. I also got some feedback. Some publishers basically, they have seen my other story as well. One of them suggests me maybe merge both, in
Mm,
one, two in one. And I tried to merge it, but I don't know. It's quite interesting when you play with your manuscript. You
mhm,
can move things around. For this story, some publishers feel it's a big story in a
yeah,
small book, and some publishers feel it's a bit political, controversial.
mm,
Not everyone like Rochelle really confident to get this book published. Also, because I wrote two two main versions, you sort of like gamble which version you want to choose to pitch to that publisher, or which one you want to give to the other publisher. Yeah, it's kind of a luck as well. You just never know who would be interested, who wouldn't.
it's a
So
challenge. I am about to do a round of pitching and submitting, and I'm
yeah,
trying to decide, because I've got 5 or 6 manuscripts, and
which
realistically, I'd
one?
love them all
Yeah,
published, but I'm like, "Oh, I really need to do some research to make sure I match, is this the right manuscript to submit to this publisher, and do I waste that opportunity if I don't pick the right manuscript as well?" Because,
yeah.
if publishers only open once a year and you can only submit one thing, then it's a full 12 months before.
You have to wait for another year.
Mm,
Yeah.
mm. And they're all like my little babies. It's so
So you have to pick up you have to choose your favorite child. It's hard. Yeah.
Yes, yes.
Uh,
And sometimes it feels like every publisher in the country has seen a piece of, like, I've got one specific manuscript I really would love published, but I feel it's gone everywhere, and I'm like, "What do I do with that now? Do I just sit on it and focus on something different?" And what do you do in those situations?
Depends on feedback. Okay. If it's like 6 people, 6 different feedback, then maybe just leave it for a moment.
Mm,
Then later on choose what is right for you. But if it's couple feedback and most of them are really positive, I would say have another go.
okay. That sounds
Have
like a
another
good
go.
piece of advice. I hope everybody's listening to that. Ah,
Depends on the feedback, to be honest. If it's
mm,
just lots of people say, no, 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 it's not good, it's not good. Maybe just leave it for a moment. 6 people, to be honest, depends on how many publisher or editor you see or
mm.
agent. Depends on how many you booked in. It's a lot of money as well.
Well, yeah, it can be if you're pitching face to face and you've purchased that opportunity.
Yeah.
It's like, "Oh, this is a big investment this year."
Also, I just realized recently, I realized that my manuscript probably is not that commercial.
That is a challenge too, when it's a
Yeah.
message that you wanna
So
share, but it also has to be marketable.
yeah, so you need to know your target, and
Mm,
you need to understand the publishing house as well.
mm,
Some of them are big ones are quite commercial. They
yeah,
produce maybe 80 to 100 books a year in children list. And some of them just, tiny list. But
mm,
yes, it's depends on the publisher and depends on your story. I realize most of my one are not commercial enough. So I have stopped myself sending my script to all of them. Yeah, so I just look into the publishing process first and see what kind of title they have published. They have published in the recent years, yeah, and go from there. And also, again, depends on the feedback you get from them. You may want to sit in your manuscript for a couple of months and work on something new,
Mm.
and then later on come back to it. Yeah.
I feel like you are dominating the Queensland publishers at the moment. You've got Wombat Books and 2 coming out with UQP. Oh, I'm sorry, My Mum is a Bird is already out.
It's already out.
Um,
I have another one next year.
oh, excellent. So how have you felt working with Queensland publishers? Have you been enjoying it?
I love it. They're really good. I mentioned in another podcast, like they offer me again lots of flexibilities. Everything is about me. What do you want? What
Yep.
do you like?
Oh, that's
Like,
amazing.
yeah, I got a chance to choose my own illustrator. I don't know. Feel like I've been treated like a princess.
Princess Angie, I love it.
So I love it. Just they look after me so well. Yeah.
Fantastic. I'm coming down to Melbourne in 2 weeks for Kidlit Vic. Will you be there?
Yes, I will be
Mhm.
there. So my mom is a bird is actually a successful story. Kidlit Vic.
Oh,
So
really?
my book will be displayed in their pop-up
Oh,
bookshop.
the bookshop,
Yeah.
so we can buy a copy
Yes.
down there? Fantastic. This is the first time I'll be traveling down. I did go to an online version last year, but I'm kind of getting excited to just be able to meet all the Victorian creators down there and just see people that I've only met online before. I've got an up close and personal and a assessment, but I don't think I picked the right person
Which
for
one you
me.
booked in? Which one you booked in?
I've got an assessment with Scholastic, which I'm very excited about, but don't do this, people. Read what you're purchasing because it's so quick when you jump on to try and get something. They go so quickly, and I didn't read that they weren't taking picture books. So I did have something I could
Mm.
submit that was like an early reader, middle grade, but
Yeah.
it was just something I whipped out of my back pocket. So it would be good for the experience and to connect with Scholastic, but I'm like, "Oh, that wasn't my goal. My goal was to try and get some picture books in front of people." But it just is like part of the game a little bit. You have to think
So
like,
just one session you booked in.
yeah, because
If they
everything
pick,
went so quickly.
I think you can approach them at UCP session.
Mm,
You could ask them, "Are you guys taking any picture books?"
mm,
You can ask. I know they don't.
yeah.
They didn't say it in the website or somewhere, but you can always ask.
But I think, yeah, if you ask, and they can
Yeah.
always say no.
Yeah, but doesn't hurt. So you
Yeah,
got answers straight away. You don't have to, sleep with it. Oh, is she taking picture books or not? You don't have to worry about it. You can just ask
yeah.
them. Yeah, and if they don't, that's okay. Then what else they interested in? You can ask the question.
Have you got some exciting opportunities set up? Were you able to get the sessions that you'd hoped for?
I think I'm about taking it for the workshop, self-editing with Luna from Harbin. She does give really good feedback.
Mm.
That's really important.
Yeah,
When you go to conference, I think you get a chance to ask whether or not they're into your story. And
yeah.
also you can decide, is it someone you really want to work with or collaborate with? Or something you can learn from.
I'm still at that point in my career where I'm like, "Yes, I will agree to anything." I'm so easy to work with, I will not put up any fight. Although I think if somebody had asked me to change something very important in a story, I would stand up for it. I've got one piece I'm working on at the moment where it's been suggested I merge my characters together, and I'm like, "No, like, it's really important to me that they're separate characters." There will be a time where I need to make that decision on, do I want this to sell or do I want it to be the
Which
way
publisher?
I met with Hardy Grant last year at
Yeah.
BSAB up here in Brisbane
Yeah.
and presented a manuscript. And it's because my first book is a book about my dad and I. I've written something that's about my
Easy
mum
peasy.
and I. So Easy
Yeah.
Peasy was about my dad teaching me to
I
skate.
have that.
And now I
Yeah.
have a book that's about my mum teaching me to read. She had some learning difficulties when she was growing up, and she was very passionate about making sure I learnt to read. But I could read quite naturally, like, it was very easy for me, so all the things that she was doing, she didn't really need to do. But she was trying to teach me something that she had trouble learning herself, whereas I'm like, "Oh, mum, you've spelt that wrong or you've done this wrong."
Yeah.
Just being a little bit cheeky. But, yeah, just that, like, it's a special time learning to read with your parents, and especially I think all of us want our children not to have any of the challenges we've had ourselves as well. So we want to have for them to have a better life than we've had, and that was what my mum wanted. But I just picked up a full-length novel when I was 6. So I'm like, "It's okay, mum, I'm reading." So but yeah, I wanted to, yeah, just have for her because she'd always buy me, like, a hardcover book for my birthday or she would go and line up and get
It's so sweet.
a book signed for me, and I'm like,
Oh,
"Oh, those are
wow.
beautiful things that my mum was gifting to me, and that's why I'm a writer now." So
Yeah.
I'd love to give her the gift of a book about her.
Mm,
But I
that's
just
so
have to get it
sweet.
right. You just have to get the manuscript and the story right and, find the right home for it as well.
So this story is signed with Hardin, is that right?
I've presented it to them and they said they would see a rewrite.
Good.
So I've got
Yeah.
to figure out if I can make it more marketable, and that's kind of it's a challenge for everyone when I think it does need significant changes.
I guess here's a conflict. Like, do you really want to change the way they want you to do it, or you want to get published? I keep telling myself that you always have a choice. You can write the story you want, and you can write the story whoever wants to publish it. That's between literary and commercial. How you want
Yes.
to do it.
Mm. And there's
Yeah.
so much patience that you have to have as well, in that once you've written it as well as you can write it, you then have to submit, and it could take a number of years for someone to turn their head and say, "Oh, yes, this is what we would like to publish," and just learning how much energy you put into it.
It takes time. Like
Mm,
our math takes about 4 5 years.
mm.
I actually wrote My Mom is a Bird, my first one, my debut, after 5 or 6 start after. So it's actually quite new.
Yep.
Um, the timing is the issue as well. Not just
Mm,
luck, also the timing and the market.
yep.
You don't have to write something which is trendy at the moment, like everyone else is so out for
Mhm.
graphic novel or something else. Like you don't have to follow the trend, but also you want to get published.
Well, it's a challenge
So you
because if
need
you
to.
want to maintain, like, a writing career, like, it's nice to have a book published, but if you wanna take your writing further, you need to continue to get published, and that can
You,
be challenging.
yeah, kind of like you need to wait up
Mm,
your short term goal and the long term objective. I'll say, yeah,
mm.
it's really again you have the choice. You have the
Yes.
choice.
Yeah.
You can always talk to your publisher or editor, whoever you've been in contact with,
Mm.
how you can write the story better. Let them guide you.
Yes.
A good publisher wouldn't let you to change yourself. They would guide you through.
I think it's good to get advice from those people that have the
Yeah.
experience and the understanding of the market, as well, because they're kind of on the other side.
Yeah, you can just have an honest conversation with them.
Mm.
I know you haven't signed a contract or whatever, but you want to work with them, not
Mm.
just get a signed contract or something. When our manuscript got requested by a publisher, we all want to get published,
Mm.
like that. We all ambitious, but the thing is, we want to keep the story we wrote. We don't want the story get twisted.
Well, because it can change so much when you're continually getting feedback. You're like, "Okay, I'll change this part," and then the next lot of feedback, it's another part that needs to change, and you still want the element of your story to be there.
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
Mm,
Depends. It really depends. What do they want you to change?
mm.
A good publisher wouldn't let you to change yourself. They would guide you.
True.
What I feel about my publishers, I found they understand me, understand my story more than I know myself. When I got my first structural ID bag, I was like, oh my God, what am I gonna do? So many red and blue and yellow different color marks. And then I realized, no, hold on a second, I could do it in a better way.
Yeah.
But why I didn't realize that before?
I think we get so close to it, it's difficult for us to see our way through, and having someone else just go, "Oh, how about this? Do a little tweak here or move things a little bit there,"
Yeah.
and it can help.
Yeah, when I got my first structure I did for My Mom is a Bird, my publisher was giving me so many suggestions. Also, there are a few things I have to delete, like kill your darlings,
Yes. Oh,
because
that's so hard.
lots of things can show you illos, can show you illustration. I don't have to say it, but I really love the sentence. I
Yes.
really love that part. I don't want to remove it.
I love to put big words in, and I
Yeah,
often get messages going, "Oh, would a young person understand that word?"
that's
And
a
I'm like, "But
challenge.
how will they learn it if it's not if" yeah, my attitude
Yeah,
is
don't
it's
say it clear.
it how about we expose them to those wonderful, amazing words, and they're learning as well. But I do understand that I'm probably too verbose with some of my picture books.
Yeah, and I was like, if I don't say things properly, if I don't write properly, how are these young readers gonna understand what I'm talking about?
Mm, mm,
But with picture books, illustration is magic.
yes,
I basically said I made a skeleton. My illustrators just add a soul, you know, to the skeleton, and
yes.
together we made a book.
It's
That's
amazing that
what.
there's a whole other story that's injected into the picture book with the
That's right.
illustrations,
Yeah,
and you don't have to say a word. My book has a little duck nearly on every page, and the kids love him so much, and it's just brought the story to life, just having that extra element that I
exactly.
didn't even think of. It's like a partnership that you have with your illustrator where they bring everything to life for you.
Yeah. Also, it's writing picture books is hard. My plan was my 5 year. I had 5 year plan. Okay,
Mhm.
before that I was writing articles for SBS and NBC. I was reading picture books with my kids, and they were like, "Oh, mommy, you read a book with me." I was like, "Okay." And one day I was like, "Oh, maybe I could write something like that." But I didn't realize how hard writing picture books, would be, because it's only 500 words.
Yes, trying to
500.
keep it under 500
You're
is the
trying to
challenge.
make a movie within 500 words. It is hard.
You did just refer to your article writing, and I was going to ask you a bit about that. So you've been quite prolific writing for publications like SBS, ABC, KidSpot. So that was pre-children's writing?
Yeah. So I was working for the banks for NAB at that time, and got two young children, and I want to spend time with them. I was Googling online, like, what kind of job, what kind of job I can do, can stay at home, stay with my kids, a little bit of money as well. And then I found the freelance writing.
I worked in a bank for many years,
Oh,
and
which one?
I did work for NAB at the
Yeah.
beginning of my career, and then I also worked for a credit union for 12 years in Sydney. And being in a small organization like that for that length of time, it's like your family. But I'd found I'd kind of had just fallen into the job, and it wasn't my dream. And I remember having my two little boys, and I would leave at 7 in the morning and sometimes not get home till 7 at night, and my wonderful dad would just drop them off at before school care and pick them up in the afternoon, and then I would just sort of see them as they were going to bed at night. And just one day I was like, "Oh, there's gotta be more to life than this." And that was when I started doing my Bachelor of Arts degree and chipping away at that, and the creative writing was just an elective in that course, but that's where I was getting my highest marks, and I was like, oh, there's something in this. And so when I graduated, then I started like entering competitions and winning a few writing awards. And I'm like, okay, so I'm not deluded. There is something in this. But then figuring out how to actually make it a reality. And I think there's a lot of us as writers that are still caught between our daytime lives where we're earning money to pay our rent or our mortgage and make sure we're feeding the family. And then we've got our creative pursuits that we just fit into the cracks. And the
It's a big
dream
investment.
is that you can make more time to be writing. But what I have found is I have just created a whole lot more work for myself. But I do love it, and I'm much more content and happy in myself because I'm feeling like I'm aligned with who I'm meant to be, and it will be a 5-year or 10-year plan for more books and things like that, but you've just got to play the long game, I think.
Yeah, it is more work.
Yes.
But do you feel happier?
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
I've discovered things I never knew about myself, so I am suddenly
Yeah.
a podcaster. And, I'd always dreamt of writing, but it was just like, "Oh, I would like to be a writer." So there wasn't any idea of what that actually means. So I'm very like, the first time you see your own book in your hand is
So different, so
people
special.
yeah, it's you have to experience it. I think it's the same as when you have a baby, you don't have any concept of
Bye.
what it will be
Bye.
like. So when you have your first book, it's like, "Oh, this is like a wonderful thing. I would like that to continue to happen."
Yeah, I remember last few years, I went to other people's book launches, book events, and seeing other people's book displays, outside the bookshop. I was like, oh, when it's my turn?
I think we've all been through that. I've
I was like,
chatted with
oh
other
my God.
authors where we're like, we love our writing friends and we are so happy for them, but then there's also that bittersweet feeling of, "Oh, when is it my turn?" I think if you're persistent and you learn as much as you can and you write as well as you can and you keep submitting, it will be your turn. But I think it's, yeah,
Distance
a
is really important.
conflict that writers have that we do want to cheer everybody on, but there's also that element of, "Oh, I feel like my career isn't going anywhere at the moment. What can I do to make it go forward?" And some of it is really in the hands of someone else, except for I think that the only way you're gonna have another book is if you write it and submit it. So as long as you're writing and submitting, that's how your career keeps moving forward.
I keep writing, but at the moment, I never said this, but I hardly submit my work to Slashpile.
Mm.
So going to conference is my only way to get my work in front of the publishers.
People do get published from the flush
I heard that, but
from the piles, but it hasn't happened to me, though. Mine came through
hasn't happened
an
to you.
opportunity.
Yeah, hasn't happened to you or me yet.
Yes.
But but the thing is, I don't know. I just want a sharp, quick one.
Yes. Yeah.
Like when you go to a conference, you can get the answer straight up.
Mm. Although it is
Once,
nerve-wracking face to
yeah.
face to sit down and have a conversation and then wait for that answer.
I'm a really direct person, like transparent. I
Mm.
basically ask whoever I'm saying that, are you interested in my manuscript? Do you want to see it again? I don't really say I'm not going to say that you're going to publish. I never ask that, but I just want to ask, are they interested in seeing it again?
Yes.
No, that's in a
Mm.
way kind of like try to ask them, any possibilities. Some of them, they probably just hesitate, like, I'm not sure.
Mm.
Then if the publisher love your manuscript, it's definitely going to say yes, and then push through to accusation. But if the publisher, wasn't confident with your manuscript in the first place, then there's no way it could go through the accusation stage.
Yes. Well, because you need your publisher to fight for you because potentially at acquisitions, there will be a
Yes.
whole heap of sales questions which
Yeah.
may turn the answer to a no. So you really want the person presenting it to love it and fight for it because you're not there to do that yourself.
I had a conversation with my publishers the other day. She told me that she had accusation the whole day. I didn't even check my mobile and email. I'm so scared. I should just laugh about what was all right. Yeah, it was a good news. But authors, we love to scare ourselves up.
It's such a
We
nerve-wracking
all
business we've put ourselves into. I don't know why we do
Yeah,
it.
I mean, we all want to get published. It's if a manuscript, the publisher loves the story, and then it's gone to an accusation. It's quite scary that stage.
Yes.
It's
Yes.
just, oh my god,
I
can we just do a skip level? Just
I think
second.
I would prefer not to know about the acquisitions
I
part.
prefer
Like,
not to
just
know
come
you.
back and say yes or no. Don't let me know about the middle part.
I know it's hard. It's hard if the publisher loves the story and suddenly failed as accusation. It just that close to get published.
Yes. So, are
But
you able to share anything about your upcoming book with UQP, or is that still under wraps?
that one, I don't think I can share anything yet.
You'll have to
But
wait.
we have to wait. But it's different. My Mama's Bird and Our Map, these two books. I'm not sure if you have read it. Both of them quite different.
Yes.
Talk about different themes. My Mom's Bird is about acceptance, being different, self-identity. Our map is more about belonging, heritage, friendship, and empathy, diversity as well. But next story is going to be different. It's going to be
Exciting.
it's a different theme, different style of writing as well. For me, I don't want to challenge myself too much, but I feel as a writer, we should be able to write in different styles,
Yes.
different genres, different themes. I don't want to frame myself in a certain category. Oh, she's a fantasy writer, or she's a diversity writer.
The
I
only part I find challenging when you are writing in different genres is how to market yourself. Like, it's very easy to market yourself as a picture book author, but then having a whole, like, for instance, because I have the podcast as well as my writing. It's like, oh,
Yeah,
how do I fit all of that onto a business card? It's a little bit challenging. But in that being said, like, I always, like, enter various different writing competitions to challenge myself to try something new or see if I can write something different. But so far, at the moment, short stories and picture books are my area of expertise.
I think you can do it slow.
Mm,
Short story is always a good start. Our map was a short story. Again, same as my mom is a bird. I never thought I would write a picture book. My mom is a bird. I thought I would write a YA fantasy, big, scary, big, scary fantasy.
mhm.
As turned out the mom is a bird of phoenix animal, a small picture book. Our map originally was just a short story, family story. Yeah, I sent it to school magazine before, but they rejected me.
Mhm. I think some of it's a numbers game as well. You just have to go, "Okay, it's gone there. They've said no. Where else? Where is next?"
It was a numbers game,
Mm,
but now I realize again I have to mention it depends on the manuscript.
yeah.
It's a commercial now.
Mm.
If it's not, I'm not gonna stop me to that place ever.
Well, I think you've definitely got an eye for, like, you've got many articles published, and those kind of publications don't just accept anyone in terms of you can throw 500 or 1,000 words together, but unless it is on brand or on topic, especially with current events, they're gonna publish the things that, I guess, that you've tailored for those publications. So, obviously, you've had a bit of an eye to be able to do that.
Writing articles are different from
Mm,
writing to books or any other books. Articles are really easy to write, especially first-person piece. Basically, I just share my own experience, what I see, what I experience, what I hear. SBS, I think, is mainly about cultural food
Mm.
and the diversity about my own family. My kids are Australian born. My husband originally from Bangladesh. I'm Chinese.
Mm-hmm.
So someone told me that's kind of like a selling point. You know,
Lived
why I mentioned that,
experience.
oh, I got an
Yeah.
ABC family, but it's not Australian born Chinese, it's Australian Bangladesh Chinese.
Mm-hmm.
But I really don't want to use it constantly.
Well, I
But
can understand that.
yeah,
Mm.
so when I write articles, I try to write in different angles. What do we eat? What kind of food can I share? Well, SBS food, of course, and also talk about the cross-cultural marriage
Mm-hmm.
and kids with second language at home,
Yes.
because English is not my first language.
Mm.
So on ABC there was an article I was talking about how can I teach my kids, how to speak in another language when their primary language is English at home. Because me and my husband, we speak English at home.
Mm.
It is so hard to train them to speak in Bengali or Chinese because they were like, oh, hold on a second, you guys understand English. So there's no point for us to learn another language. But on the other hand, we do want them to understand our mother tongue so they can communicate with their grandparents.
Yes.
But this generation, they speak a totally different alien language anyway.
So true.
I just learned something new from my kids, like squivity. What squivity means? That means
I
that.
still do not know what it means. I have heard it.
And then cap. He's a cap. That means he's a liar. I was like, oh wow, that's something new.
Yes. Ah.
Wondering if it's in dictionary, but anyway,
Yeah.
yeah.
I have noticed that at the school and library visits now. I definitely don't understand what the kids are saying to me, and I'm like, oh no, I'm so uncool now.
Cool, I'm sick. Sus. That's
What does
sus.
that
I was like,
mean?
is it good or bad? Should I respond or not?
Well, the thing too, like things that you think you can figure out actually mean nothing like what you thought. Because usually you can, like,
Oh,
deduce what something means, but it's like, "Oh, no, I'm completely
no,
out of
that's
my depth
different.
here."
Yeah. Yeah. And yesterday my kids was like, oh mom, which year you were born? 2001. I was like,
Oh. Oh, no. It's very grounding. It reminds you of who you are. I was having a conversation with a friend while my son was in the room, and she was asking me about my book, and I was like, "Oh, well, Lachlan inspired some of the book, but I don't think he's even read it." He's like, "Oh, mum, I looked at the cover." Like, okay. Like, it's only a picture book. It's not that long to read. You could read it. But neither of my sons have read my book. Bring you back down to earth pretty quick.
so they don't, how old are they?
Oh, my sons are 19 and 22, so they
Or
are
maybe that's
well
why.
beyond. But yeah, I don't think they would be impressed by anything, to be honest.
Yeah, my son is 9. My daughter is almost 8. They're a little bit alright.
You might be able to get street cred when you meet other authors, though. So if you meet someone that kids think are cool, you say,
Yeah.
"Yeah, they're my writing friend." Although I think writers aren't considered the coolest gang, to be honest, but
It's nice to have a couple friends.
yes, that's something I've been
In
very grateful for is the
mm,
amazing writing friends I have now, which
yeah.
I didn't have. When you're first starting out, it's a very lonely world being a writer.
Well, writing is a lonely job.
Mm.
Wouldn't say job, sorry. Writing is a lonely task. It's a lonely. You are a writer. You're supposed to start. One friend told me she's an editor and she's a writer as well. She said you, other writer, you're supposed to suffer. That's why you can write good stories. So you suffer first, you write good
Yes.
stories.
It
And
is
then in your
probably
book,
ironic to be kid-lit authors, and in the background, we're like, "Oh, Ash is pain." But then being out in the world visiting kids and being upbeat and excited, can be a challenge.
here's the thing. My anxiety hates me, hits me really, really bad. It gets me all the time. When I was okay, I'm published. You want to get published. Once you get published, you're asking, when's my next one?
Oh, it's terrible.
And then in the meantime, you think about your sales for your current one. And then you look at the other one. After a few months, your book got, released. And then there's more coming, other people's book released.
Yes.
And you start comparing.
Mm.
And then you start thinking about the reviews, the comments, the messages. And in the meantime, you worry about your next one.
Yes.
And then after
And
that, we'll be worried about awards, rights overseas offers, translation offers, again, your royalties, again, your next deal. Again, you think about all these things and you have to think about the money, how you're going to get your bill and your kids' education, your other things.
mm,
There's lots of things to worry about.
yes.
I'm trying to keep myself down for last few months. Just before my book launch, I almost gave it up. Like my published book booked a book launch for me, and again I booked the book launch story time for our map as well.
Hmm.
Every time people ask me how you feel about it, oh, exciting! So happy for you, so exciting. I was like, I'm happy for myself. I'm exciting as well, sure, but yourself. Sometimes I just want to run away.
Oh,
I want to
yes.
I want to hide somewhere. And the other day I almost sent message to the group of people I know. I think I'm done. I don't want to be in this community.
I do feel like that regularly
Um,
where I'm like, I'm never going to record another podcast. I'm never going to write another word. It's all too
yeah,
hard. But
and
I and I
everyone
share it
thinking,
online sometimes because I want other people who are feeling the same to realize that it's normal and okay. And like we're all trying to stay motivated and keep going, and that the outside look of success isn't what it looks like from the inside as well. Because I think we often will look at other authors and go, look at what they're doing.
well,
They've got another book, and you are comparing yourself and beating yourself up.
the other side of grass always great, always
Mm,
great. Yeah, yeah. The other day I almost sent a message to my group. I almost said I don't think I can do this anymore because
mm,
message keep popping up and people share their thoughts, comments. I was at work. I just feels a bit too much. I mute
yeah,
the message, but
mm,
still, you want to see what's going on. You want to
yeah.
see the updates. But yeah, I just feel like it's too much.
Uh,
My mobile just beeped and got a few messages.
don't look.
Sometimes you just look at mobile, check on Instagram or other socials, updates, any reviews, anyone posting about anything about your book,
Mm.
or any news, or someone else got a offer again.
But I
Oh,
think we are kind of looking for that dopamine hit as well in that, "Oh, I put out this many things out into the universe. What has come back? Oh, nothing. That feels bad." But then when something
yeah,
does come through, you're like, "Oh, hooray. I feel good
yeah,
again now." And I think we can get a bit addicted to that cycle of when a yes comes through, we're really feeling good. But the other side of it is when there's a no, it takes you quite low. So it can affect your mental health as well.
yeah. I think so. Yeah. For our map, I also want to talk about the illustration.
Yes. Who is your illustrator?
Novia Ariento. I hope I pronounced her name
Ah.
right.
And
She's
how
great.
much did you work together on the illustrations, or did she just come back to you with a full set of illustrations?
I would say different publishing experience from one publisher to another. I think Rochelle told her because she worked with Novia before. So this is Novia's second book. It's my second one as well. I think she published another book last year
Mhm.
with one bite. So this time I didn't get a chance to choose the illustrator at all. I didn't know who Novia was. She texted me on Instagram 2 years ago after I signed the contract or something. And then she's like, "Hi, Angie, I'm an illustrator." So basically, just introduced herself to me. Yeah, after that, we just keep in touch. She's really a nice person. And she came to Melbourne to see me.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah, she's like a sister to me.
Oh,
Yeah, so she showed me. So when she was in Melbourne, she showed me her roughs, like
Yep.
black and white versions. I like her personality and her artwork. I think people may underestimate her illustration skill because they think that she might be a new illustrator. So she doesn't have a high profile yet. But from our map, you can see she put lots of details in illustration. And also, I want to say that without giving her any backstories. So Rochelle, my publisher, didn't give her any backstories. So the story is about a missing country from the map, but I didn't mention the country name in the story. So without giving her any backstories, and she got it right.
She just got it.
Nailed it. Yes.
Amazing.
And the story, when she was in Melbourne, she told me she did some research and she was looking up the Second World War and recently, the political change in Asia based on the Vietnam War. And then she just put lots of details in the illustration. When she told me it's based on the Vietnam War, I was like, yes, you got it.
Ah,
Like,
I'm just
wow.
looking at her profile on the Wombat Books site now. So her background, she's Indonesian and is residing in Sydney.
She's
She's
in
got a
Sydney.
lovely
Yeah.
bright photo on the site as well.
Yeah.
So it sounds like she's bringing some of her culture and background
I
to the
think
book as
so.
well. I love it.
Yeah. Well, she's put every single color in there.
I think that's I don't think I could be an illustrator because I look at illustrations and go, I would never have even thought of that.
It's so many details she put in there.
So
See,
we'll
look
do a
at the
shout out.
side. By the
Hi,
side.
Navia. We're talking about you. I hope you can hear us. I'll tag you in the show notes and the socials so you can see it.
She's doing a great job. She's doing a great job. She's doing a great job. She nailed it. Because for me, I have a habit. I don't really give any illustration note. So same as my mom is bird, I didn't give any illustration note to Evie Barrow. Unless my publisher or unless Evie come back and saying, "Oh, there's something not clear. Do you want this one? Do you want that one?" Then that is my time to give feedback. Otherwise, it's just a pure story without illustration note. I want illustrator to have a go, have fun with the story first. I don't want to, give them any creative block. So many illustration notes can, I don't know, for me, it's just gonna mess up their creativity.
Yeah. And it's so exciting to see your illustrations for the first time and just go, oh my goodness.
Oh, she showed
incredible.
me. Yes, she gave me updates on illustration. I was so grateful to have her. Yeah, I didn't see the internal arts before.
Yep.
After later on Rochelle showed me. I was like, oh wow, that's really good.
Now I know that you are going to be in Brisbane for a book launch soon. What date is that?
So my book launch is going to be on the 8th of June, a Sunday, at SCBWI Books in Kew. I'm going to have a book launch over there for our map. And another story time on the 29th of June at Reading's Kids Carton for our map. Then July, going to CYA conference to share the successful story because this is from CYA conference.
Oh, amazing.
27th of July, it's a Sunday. I will have another book launch for My Mom is a Bird on that day.
And that'll be, is it Where the Wild Things Are?
Where Are the Wild Things Are? Bookshop at 9:30. Yes.
And Rhonda Ui will be doing a launch on the same day.
I think her one's at 11.
Yeah.
I think they doubled up booked our book launches. So later on, I just moved our one to 9:30. Yeah.
What a treat. Two southern writers here in Queensland on the same day.
Yeah, and I got surprise guests as well.
Oh, that's exciting.
Yeah.
Well, I am going to be coming along to say hello, so that will be good. So you will definitely have one guest in the audience. It's so terrifying having a book launch and going, how many people are going to show up?
I was scared, but Danielle Binks was our MC.
Yes,
Yeah,
she's
Melbourne-based.
amazing.
She's amazing. She got me. Everything just happened so fast. I think within half an hour or something. So before was welcome, acknowledge the country. Then my daughter did the bird dance to matching the theme. Then later on, I and Daniel Binks we did Q&A. Then next moment I know I did a reading, and after that, it just full people come in, start buying
Yes.
books, start book signing. We've prepared these activity packs, and we didn't do any activities.
Oh, no.
Do any activities on the day. We were just like, oh, I don't know, suddenly book signing and eating cookies. Yeah, it goes
And it's
really
all
fast,
over.
everything. It's all over the place. Yeah.
Well, it's been lovely to chat to you, Angie, and I really appreciate your insights into the publishing industry as well, because it is something all of us are going through as authors, that dream of being published, then you are actually published. Then you've got to figure out how to actually keep being published, and it's an up and down roller coaster. I feel like I might have some opportunities to meet you face to face very soon, so that's very exciting. And I will see you at your launch.
Surely we're going to recognize each other. Thank you so much for having me tonight.
No, thank
Appreciate your
you.
time.
Totally Lit is an independent podcast. You can help support us to continue to chat with wonderful Australian creatives by leaving a review on iTunes or sharing our socials with your friends. You can also make a contribution at www.buymeacoffee.com/Totally Lit. This will also help with equipment and podcasting platform fees. I love to interact with our listeners, so feel free to say hello either by email or social media at totallylitpodcast@gmail.com, or you can find me on Facebook, Insta, LinkedIn and Twitter, and now Blue Sky. I've also created a group on Facebook called the Totally Lit Writing Community. It's a space to continue the conversation and share your writing successes, events, launches and latest projects. Jump into the group and say hello. Thank you for listening to Totally Lit, and don't forget to go out into the world to read, write, create, ignite.